How's it going, everybody? Cub Fan here in the Minecraft Week 34 snapshot. There's a lot in this snapshot, guys, so let's go ahead and get started. So the first new feature is cobblestone walls, and we also have mossy cobble walls. So it's going to be great for keeping animals in their pens. You see, you can't jump over either the mossy cobble or the regular cobble fences, and they're created by just putting either cobblestone or mossy cobblestone in the 2x3 grid shown here. Also new in this week's snapshot, we have wooden buttons, and they work just like normal buttons. And one feature I forgot to mention about these wooden buttons, they're actually activated by entities, so if you shoot an arrow at one, it'll activate. Okay, everybody, we also have 5 new foods that were introduced to the game. So we have carrots, potatoes, baked potatoes, poisonous potatoes, and golden carrots. So let's just see how much each one restores. We'll just eat one of each. So carrots restore 2 drumsticks worth of health. Potatoes, looks like that restored half a health. Make sure. Yep, half a bar. Baked potato, 3. Okay, everybody, so now we can go ahead and try the poisonous potato. So it restores 1 drumstick, and then occasionally you'll take a little bit of damage. So it did 2 hearts of damage there. And then we'll try the golden carrot last. So that restores 3 drumsticks of your hunger bar. And now we'll see if we can figure out the crafting recipe for these. So I'm guessing to make a baked potato, we just put a potato in a furnace. So let's try that out. Looks like it's working. And yep, so you just put a potato in a furnace and cook it to make a baked potato. Pretty straightforward. To make a golden carrot, you just take 9 or 8 gold nuggets and surround some carrots, and you get the golden carrot. And you can also plant some of these. So you can plant carrots, you can plant potatoes, can't plant the baked potato or the poisonous potato or the golden carrot. So you can just plant potatoes and carrots. And if we get some bone meal here, we will see some of the other stages of development. So that's what carrots look like, and that's what potatoes look like. And then if we switch our game mode back, we get carrots and potatoes. Sweet. Alright, also new this week, we have the flower pot, which is crafted with 3 bricks in the same shape you make a bucket with, and you get a flower pot here. And if I put down one of these flower pots, let's put it here, we can put something like, I don't know, a flower in it. That would be a good choice. Or we can put something like a cactus in it, and the cactus will shrink down to size. So this is going to be great for decorations in houses. Alright, everybody, and now for an item that a lot of people are really excited about, and that is frames. So let me just throw a few down here. And to put an item in a frame, you just simply hold the item in your hotbar and then right click, and it'll put the item in the frame. If you right click again on the item, it'll change its orientation. And the same thing goes for any type of tool or any type of block you have in here. It'll just change the orientation. Then if you want to get that item back, you left click and it knocks the frame off the wall and gives you the item back. So that's how the frames work. Also, I neglected to mention before, but if you click a flower pot, it'll destroy the flower pot and give you the item that you planted back. So another feature in this week's snapshot is the potion of invisibility. So if we go into F5 mode and drink the potion, bam, we are no longer visible. And this lasts for 8 minutes, and basically it allows us to become invisible. It also hides your name tag in SMP, so that's going to be really useful for things like UHC, and also for adventure maps and PvP. Another useful change is the addition of the corner stair block. So if you place a stair down here, stair at a 90-degree angle to the previous one, and then one right to the side of each one, it automatically create a corner stair block like that. Okay, everybody, another change in this week's snapshot is the ability of portals to transport entities. So if we get a villager in the portal, maybe we can get one in there. There we go. And there you saw it. He teleported into the nether, so let's go see if we can find him. See you, dudes. Yep, there he is. But it looks like he teleported right back. Unfortunately. And in addition to sending things like villagers and mobs through to the nether, you can send also items. So I'll just send a few arrows here through to the other side, and we'll see if we get a few back when we go through the portal. Yep, we picked a few back up. So you can definitely send entities and items through to the other side of the nether. Cool. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to create a map. So the crafting recipe remains the same. Wait, and it's not that, it's this. So we have an empty map here. And to actually start to use the map, it's not automatically created once you craft it now. You have to right click. And there we see the map created. You'll see that map 00 up there, 0/0. The first 0 is the map number. And the second 0 is the zoom amount. You can also do things like place the map in a frame, just like that. And I think, yep, it still tracks you in real time. Also new, if you craft an existing map with an empty map, you will get 2 copies of the same map. And just to show you they're the same, there's one, and there's the other one. And so you can give another one to your friend, and you can see where each other are on the map. So that's going to be really useful. And say if you want to zoom out on your map, say this is too close for you, the zoom on it is too close for you, you'll see that it says 0 zoom up on top. That means you're the closest you can get as far as zoom is concerned. Put the map in the middle and surround it by paper, and you get a different map. But this time you'll see it's a little bit further zoomed out. We're actually down on the lower right, or yeah, the lower left there. And it's a lot more zoomed out now. You have a lot more area to explore, and you can just keep doing this to get more and more area covered by your maps. So we'll do it one more time, and we'll get another map. Map 5. And you'll see the area is just on the lower left there, and we haven't explored very much of this map at all. So that's how you can expand your maps to have a wider view of the world. Also new in this week's snapshot is the ability to dye armor. So I'm going to try and dye this diamond chest plate here. And let's see. Doesn't work with that. Doesn't work with that. Let's try a different set of armor. Let's try leather. Give this a go. We'll try and make this tunic red. There we go. So you can dye leather. Let's see if you can dye stuff like chainmail, mail, and armor. Iron armor. So iron armor, not quite. Chainmail. Nope. So it looks like right now you can only dye the leather goods, but you can dye it any color you want. And after you've already dyed something, if you want to change the color slightly, you can add more colors to it. We can add blue, we can add green, we can add any other color we'd really like. Let's add purple, say, or how about gray? And if we get our helmet dyed, turn it more purple, neutralize that color a bit. So there's a lot of color combinations you can try with this. And when we put it on, if we put it on our leather cap here, and we hit F5, we should see that it is dyed a sort of reddish hue at the moment. But I think there's something like 16 million color combinations, because you can combine any number of dyes in any number of different ways. So it opens up the possibility for a lot of different colors of armor. And just to demonstrate this here, guys, I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate how you get rid of dyes. So say I have a leather tunic, I'm going to dye it green. So we got it green dyed. If you right click on a cauldron filled with water, it'll wash it and you'll lose the dye off of it. And it also works for stuff you're wearing. So for example this helmet, just wash it in the cauldron and now it's back to its original color. And say you have a dog and you don't like the default red collar, just right click on your dog with a dye and you can change his collar to any color you want. Also guys, fire spread on hard difficulty has been improved, I guess, if you call this an improvement. But it'll now be harder to control fire, obviously. Wow, this is really going up in flames quickly. But it's also, yeah, that's pretty fast. I think I'm on hard right now. Yeah. Yeah, so the fire spreads quicker on hard difficulty now. Alright everybody, and finally, last but not least, is the new boss, the Wither boss. The Wither boss, as you can see, has 3 different heads, and interestingly enough, they can all fire independently of one another, so one can be firing at you, and this thing can also shoot at animals and villagers, so it could come in and completely decimate a village, is my guess. But let's just see it in action here. I'm going to go over here into its range, and you'll see it fire. And yeah, it can destroy blocks with its projectiles. And also you'll see that I have some particle effects going. And that's because if you get hit with one of his projectiles, you get this wither potion effect. And it acts sort of like poison. And I'm probably going to wither away and die here. But we'll just see. Yep, looks like I'm dead. Yep, I withered away, apparently. Hi-oh. So definitely a dangerous mob, and I'm just going to change back to game mode 1. So a very interesting new mob coming to a Minecraft near you very soon, and it'll be interesting to see exactly how they implement this thing. Whether it will be in the overworld, or the nether, or even the end. But I think that's all for me today, guys. Oh god, he's escaping. Oh god. This has been Cubfan. Goodbye. Yep, look at that. Wow. That's awesome.